Parkwood Elementary School today, and the students here in the 5th grade class published books, and we had a book signing today. 25 students studied about Thomas Jefferson, and they wrote books in collaboration with their language arts class, so they combined learning with language arts and social studies and wrote books about Thomas Jefferson. The students had great stories, and it was just really inspiring to see these students put together what they learned in social studies into a narrative and a book that they published themselves. You can go on Amazon and see the Be Right Back series. The students illustrated their books, and they did a really wonderful job.
Good morning. Welcome parents, families, friends, and teachers to the Be Right Back series Author Celebration. You're looking at Amazon's 25 most recently published authors. We are going to tell you the story of how we came to be published writers. We were the writers, but we had a lot of help along the way.
We learned a lot by participating in Writer's Workshop. Besides learning many things about the writing process, we learned that being an author takes time, creativity, and perseverance, and interesting vocabulary. How many of you think that your book is the longest story you've ever written? That's what perseverance is all about.
We started by combining what we needed to learn in language arts with what we needed to learn in social studies. So we combined how to write a narrative story with the history of the founding fathers.
Some of us did our best writing sitting in a beanbag chair or in a quiet corner of the couch. Others of us sat on the floor or alone under a table. A few of us even liked sitting at a desk. We loved being able to choose our writing space. Thank you, Mrs. Stutler.
We know that you won't have time to read all of our stories today, but some of us wanted to read a few parts for you. It's what we call hooking the reader.
Could you please excuse us a minute, I asked. Of course, said Sally. As we moved up the front porch, Sally touched her neck. She might have seen the necklace I was wearing. Feeling a bit embarrassed, I decided to tuck it into my dress. This is great news, Millie. We know who the necklace belongs to. Mary, were you even listening? I'm not thinking about the locket right now. We're in 1776, the past, history, back then. Well, then let's ask to stay here for a while. It could take forever to find a place to stay, pleaded Mary. I thought for a second and then said, fine, but we won't stay long, I said with determination in my voice. Yes, said Mary as she pumped her fist. Thank you, Millie.
So that's a little about me, said Brenly breathlessly. My goodness, you are an interesting girl. Sometime you'll have to tell me a bit more. I don't know what soccer is or chevron wallpapers. It all sounds interesting, and I always like to learn about new things. Then Thomas Jefferson turned and started walking toward Monticello. Brenly followed along behind him.
Grayson and Papa stood together, and Grayson held up his hand to place it into the palm print that was etched into the bark of the tree. Are you ready? Papa asked. As they started to return to the future and began fading from view, Thomas Jefferson said, "Oh, what was your last name?" "Jefferson," Papa said, smiling as they faded away back to the future.
Hi, my name's Catherine Lee, and the story of my book was Journey to Jefferson. In my story, Papa and Grayson accidentally traveled to colonial times by pressing their hand in the etched handprint in the tree.
My name is Cameron Piper, and my book is A Terrifying Tree, and the main characters are Paisley, Brenly, and then Thomas Jefferson. Brenly accidentally flips over a tree and time travels to Thomas Jefferson's house.
Hi, my name is Haley Williams, and my book is The Locket, and the three main characters are Millie, Mary, and Thomas Jefferson. Mary is a character based on my cousin.
So my story is about this boy who goes to a museum and jumps into a painting with his friends, and he's trying to get back home, but the only way to get back home is to finish the Declaration of Independence and jump back into a painting.
Hi, my name is Carter Hegg.
And mine is Hayden Andrews.
My book is called Thomas Jefferson. My favorite part about making this was probably finding out how I was going to get home from 1776. What was yours?
My book is called The Deed, And my favorite part was learning all the information about Thomas Jefferson and putting it into this book for other kids to learn about him.
The project really lasted the entire semester. We met with the children just about weekly, giving them time to write and to think, getting to the point where we could actually revise and edit with them on a one-to-one basis. The books are now on Amazon. Everyone was so cooperative and helpful. Ms. Kopek and Ms. Greer have created such a warm climate at this school where volunteers feel welcome and appreciated. And we're so happy that we were able to provide this experience for these 5th graders.
Today our kids are planting a pollinator garden. The kids have been learning about bees and how bees help the environment, and so our pollinator garden is going to both help keep the bees healthy and help promote flower growth here on campus.
I love watching the bee movie, and we came out today to plant flowers and to bring the bees back.
Pollinate. Who's going to come visit our garden? The bees! Right? So we want bees to come land on our flowers, okay?
UNCW is here because today we're here for the 2nd grade classes establishment of a pollinator garden to attract bees to assist with the local and global declining bee population issue.
UNCW has been so awesome to help us plan these lessons and help us get donations, and Lowe's and Home Depot have donated everything we needed for the pollinator garden. So the kids have really enjoyed this unit.
Is titled Dark Soul. My soul dark, but my mind is so clear. Why do I feel this way?
We're here at Jacksonville Commons Middle School having our first annual Onslow View Poetry Slam. We invited students to present their poetry to their parents and peers, and we decided to use Onslow View to connect across schools to allow students to collaborate and share and celebrate all of the wonderful things they're doing in their classes, sharing their poetry and their emotions with kids their own age. Having that authentic audience is very important, and we just are having a great time doing it. We hope to see it grow in the future.
I feel like my world is going down. Your voice in my head, and you're telling me that I'm nothing. Now my heart is screaming, and I'm fading to nothing.
Never doing what we're supposed to do. They love us, even with right or wrong actions.
My name is Old Glory. I've stood through many wars. Many men have died for me, probably an ancestor of yours.
What if I do this or I do that? It's just, I don't want to be hurt or alone. It's just the voices, not me.
Passion. Now stop rapping and stop kids from crashing. What are we doing to our youth? They're killing people glued to screens that's super glue. Completely be banned where laws broke. Ban manhunt, ban gripping.
A lot of preparation went into making this a successful event. Teachers were phenomenal in having classroom competitions and helping them to prepare and practice. It took a lot of bravery for them to come up and share their poetry, some of which was very deep and very emotional. we were thrilled when Northwoods Park asked us to participate in this event. Dr. Jameson came to me with this idea, and we felt like today was just a wonderful success.
Showers of sunshine, baths of flowers, rich green pasture forward. He has taught us to be strong. Yet you shouldn't worry because the night is young. And the parents of our parents.
I participated by presenting my poem that was based off of Walt Whitman's Song of Myself.
The new lies we hear and the stories that we are fed.
And it was really interesting doing a poetry slam against another school because I have never done anything like this before.
Set the fire and think of people long ago, and people who will see a world that I shall never know. When the black breath blows and death's shadow grows. Do you hear the gunshot? You can't ignore it because we all know the sound.
Every night it trembles through the air. It sings in the darkness I try to bear. You glisten in the shadows, oh how I sing myself. For I have lost everything to love you. All that exists for me is given up for you.
I felt as though doing the poetry slam helped me express and get out some of the feelings that I had. I did practice it, and I had to memorize it to feel comfortable. I like poetry, it's very expressive, and yeah, this was a really fun experience.
Between the two schools, we kind of had an idea here to have a poetry slam in Miss Nichols' class. We started to brainstorm that a little bit and think about what that would look like to connect with another school and do a poetry slam. The spirit of a poetry slam is you have different ideas coming from different perspectives. So we thought about using Onslow View to help students connect with one another across schools. So with Onslow View, you have the potential to connect with any student in the entire district. We're already thinking about possibilities across other subject areas and in other grade levels. It helps students to take their thinking further and think beyond the classroom.
Being like Drake, finna make $1 million, getting good at games, and I'm going insane. In a couple of years, everyone will know my name.
This art show gives us an opportunity to showcase the work of our students, and the important thing to note is that the work that these students create are from a wide variety of mediums and ideas, and they are able to create drawings, paintings, 3D artwork, and various mediums where they can really take their artistic ideas and put them into a tactile expression. We'd like to thank our art teachers for all their hard work in preparing these students and so beautifully displaying the work that their students do. And of course our students for their hard work in creating pieces that are not only engaging but are remarkably creative. We're also thankful for our judges who come out and really deliberately consider all the pieces of work that are on display. Our judges this year were Mr. Rick Stout, our superintendent for the Onslow County Schools, Steve Zalastowski, who is a local metalworking artist, and Connie Winter, who is our executive director for the Jacksonville Onslow Council for the Arts. We feel very fortunate that in Onslow County, the arts are a priority. The arts are a way that students can not only express themselves and learn a creative skill, but also develop so many 21st century skills that will allow them to be college and career ready and to have a full and enriched life.
have it, you're going to have this big root ball that's going to be on the bottom of your plant right here. This is going to help it grow big and tall.
Okay. All right? Okay, I think that's great. Ready?
What's this for?
Did you finish yours?
Bees make honey and
Yeah.
in the winter they'll stop dead.
It's
and
true.
Then die.
So the bees and the butterflies and all of the different flying insects love these flowers, and they'll be able to pollinate.
I'm Jessica Blake with the North Carolina Coastal Land Trust, and today we're working with Dixon Elementary School to plant a pollinator garden on our Everett Creek Preserve. What we're able to do is plant a bunch of different types of plants that grow naturally in this area that attract pollinators such as butterflies and bees, and we were able to partner with the elementary school and have all the students come out today to help us, which is really, really great. And we also received a grant from Duke Energy to make this possible for all of the work that we've been doing out here. Pollinator gardens are a pretty big thing for us right now, and we're working on them on many of our preserves.
Then we'll bury it.
Well, not
Sound
the
good?
bee.
Or would you like to do it another way? You guys good? Okay, so
You gotta take this.
we're gonna squeeze
Is that
this.
big enough?
Let's go a little deeper. Okay. Well, let's do this one.
No, not bad.
Oh, not too bad. Another inch or two. Don't fling it at me.
There you go, big scoop. Careful.
There
Don't
you
wanna
go.
grab it from
Get
the
in
top.
there. Awesome.
And you can tell, what does this soil feel like? Is it really muddy? Is it sandy?
It's a combination of soft and.
We're all here today to help establish a nice pollinator garden for the butterflies and other pollinating insects for North Carolina. There's a decline in the monarch butterfly population, so the North Carolina Land Trust has helped establish a nice budget to put this wonderful piece of property together. We want to rejuvenate the population, and we want to get the kids involved and excited about the environment, STEM activities, science, technology, engineering, and math.
Guys, we have some children to come help over here. And so
All right, let's go.
We're planting flowers and other kinds of stuff, and we're planting this because we're going to help the earth.
We are excited to be a part of this project with the Onslow County Schools. Part of the Water Resources Fund grant that we provided to the North Carolina Coastal Land Trust, and it's an opportunity to build a garden here for the students to learn more about the environment and how they can impact and make changes in their lifestyle to impact the environment. And we're just happy to be a part and sharing this learning experience and help grow understanding about the importance of protecting our environment.
Hello, my name is Connor, and I am in 2nd grade, and I'm from Dixon Elementary School. And right now we are putting down mulch for the plants. It's very good for them so they can start growing happily here in this garden.
This is 1st and 2nd grade students from Dixon Elementary, and we're here planting pollinator plants right outside of Dixon's property along with the North Carolina Land Trust. We're really excited. We had a great day. We got really dirty, and hopefully we have something that will be here for a long time to come. We had a lot of fun, didn't we, kids? Yeah.
Last day of school is a very interesting time for middle school, and what we have here at Newbridge today are three basic things. We have a set of academic rotations. For example, students moved through a perspective writing activity, they moved through the creation of ice cream activity, through some math challenges, and some things to review the learning they've done for the last year.
Today's academic rotation for 8th grade math is our first activity was to determine how long is a school year. We decided there were 180 days, about 7.5 hours a day, so the kids competed to see the number of hours, minutes, and seconds in a school year. And the second activity, they got with a partner to play cards. We're actually multiplying integers to work on their mental math skills, so they'll be ready to go for high school.
My name is Moni Arcott, and today we're in Miss Gowen's science class and we're making ice cream. So we have heavy cream and sugar and vanilla, and we're going to put it in a bag of ice and rock salt so that the rock salt will lower the temperature of the ice so we can make it cold enough to make solid ice cream.
We're in Miss Young's class today to write down what we remembered during math class. I think that if I get more familiar with the things I struggled with, it'll be easier in high school.
My name is Faith, and we're in Mr. Kid's class. We're working on a 6-word memoir, and that we're capturing something that we like or explaining something about us.
My 6-word memoir is night thinking, daydreaming, summer beaming, and it means to me that summer is like coming up, and I'm really excited for it.
In addition to celebrating all of our accomplishments, our kids are still engaged. They're still moving from class to class, they're interacting with their teachers, and they're engaging in the curriculum in a way that's very real to them.
We're in Mrs. Turner's class right now, and what we're doing is we're writing our initials. And on one we're writing like advice for like the rising 6th graders, and on the other letter we're doing like memories of our years in Newbridge.
Some advice I had for 6th graders is to not procrastinate, because that's going to help you in high school as you get more work and you get challenged even more, and to keep good grades because that's really important too.
The kids are talking about individuality versus conformity, and they're leaving middle school, going to high school, and we're talking about how important it is for them to be individuals and to cultivate their interest and things like that in high school. So we're doing a little assignment where they wrote their name in cursive, and then they cut it out and they're decorating it in an individual way. The kids are showing their own creativity, they're showing their individuality and expressing themselves through art and also through a little bit of cursive writing.
Last day of school, and one of the thoughts that occurs to me is how important it is to have an engaged group of teachers like we do at Newbridge Middle School. They make a real difference every day. I think the kids appreciate them. Our parents are supportive, and we've had a really good time throughout the 2014-15 school year learning, forming important relationships, and we now send our students off to every high school in the district and some outside of the district, and we have high hopes that they will be very successful in the different schools they attend next year.